This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. This is The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got Haas Breezy streaming in, a DP out on business, but the show goes on. Again, we got NFL in the brick and mortar. The Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers, but you can still watch the show or listen to the show through the streams or Ticket app. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. And, of course, like I said, if you got the Ticket app, you can just plug that into your aux as well and let's listen to us from there. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and bring him in. Austin Breezy, how's it going on a Sunday morning? Well, Sunday afternoon. Hold on one second here, Haas. I'm not able to quite hear you. I'm not sure if you can hear me at all. All right, Haas Breezy, you might have to go ahead and try to figure out why I'm not getting any audio from you. If you're listening to Haas, just hop out. When you hop back in, look at the test screen, and then once you got your audio levels reading good, we'll continue rolling. I'll double check everything on my end. But as we're saying here, we're going to talk some sports with Haas Breezy of The Breeze. And in the meantime, though, we can continue to talk about some Husker football. Because Haas, being the outsider, is not going to know how gut-wrenching of a feeling this is for many Nebraska fans. To be sitting here over and over and over again and feeling like we're in the same result. Let's go ahead and drive over. Haas Breezy, I can hear you.
Hooray!
2 weeks in a row of some technical difficulties, but that's all right. We got patched up. Took us like 60 seconds. Haas Breezy, what's on your mind?
Oh man, so much going on.
Too much.
Hey, Mr. Jackson is playing against the Steelers. That's going to be a really good game. So glad it's on the brick and mortar. From a sports perspective, I know college football isn't that fun to talk about right now. So yeah, Oregon got a little lucky.
Oh my Lord. That was that's as close of like I'm really impressed by Wisconsin defense keeping it up the way they did, but yeah, Oregon got extremely lucky in that game. They should be sitting there with the loss, but you know, they figured it out a way to win
up 3 late. That's pretty Dan Campbellish. Or sorry, fake field goal. Run in with your punter. That is Dan Campbellish right there.
Tip the cap. That's all I can do. Tip the cap. That's incredible.
There's a lot of things that obviously
smart.
Sorry, say it again.
Lanning is a very smart situational coach. I think he figures out all of these like just bizarre scenarios. We saw that with the 12 men on the field intentionally versus Ohio State earlier in the year. Like he just is like, I'll give credit to Oregon and their staff. That is a very well prepared team. Like you're not going to see that team lose because the coaches didn't have a good game plan. If they lose, it's because Dylan Gabriel didn't have a good day or the defense didn't show up. But I've been so impressed by just all the wrinkles they have and all the counters they have to just the weirdest of scenarios. Like, yeah, let's practice an intentional 12-man on the field situation to make them chew clock. I'm impressed by Oregon. I tip my cap to Oregon because I didn't think they would be bad. I just didn't think they'd come into the Big Ten and just beat up on everyone. And that's what they've done.
Well, coach is making crazy calls. This one worked out. The Commanders not kicking a field goal up down 2 with about 8 minutes to go in field goal range. That one might come back to haunt them if that means they lost the 2 seed and become a 5 or 6 seed because of it, because they're lost to the Eagles. That might come back to haunt them. So the Dan Campbellism in sports, it doesn't work all the time.
Nope.
It clearly didn't work in the NFC Championship. Is that something Nebraska needs? A little bit more going for things that most coaches wouldn't go for? Like,
I mean, if I knew, this is by far the hardest team to talk about right now. I don't know what this team needs. Like, be honest, you tell me. Like, as someone who is like an outsider, and I know you're not dialed in watching every Husker game, but sometimes that's a blessing because you're not going to overthink it. Like, the last Power 4 team to go bowling, last one was 2016. Last time they won it was 2015. You just got this one score loss record is becoming insane. Like, it's not even the how much of an anomaly it is analytically is ridiculous. Like, nobody even comes close to how bad of a run this is, whether you want to call it luck or just bad coaching. Like, you tell me, Haas, does this team need to throw in some more trick shots and then the day saved? Like, I'm lost for words.
All right. So let's take a step back. I remember Nebraska in the 90s. There were pretty much always 7-0, 8-0, 9-0. And then it's whenever they face Colorado or Oklahoma, then that was the game that would have added a loss here and there. So what was the difference? So should Georgia or Tennessee or Alabama, should they fire their coaches for the 2 losses that they have right now? Like, it's the competition. The competition's different. So that's number one. If they're in the Big 12 right now, they'd be in the top tier just from the competition they're facing. If they're in the ACC, they'd be in the top tier just from the competition they're facing. Let's just reflect on that real quick. Close game Ohio State. Close game USC. If you were an outsider thinking about that, you'd take it. Now, you got thwarted by Indiana. Okay, well, maybe change the name from Indiana to top 5 team in the country.
Indiana is the top 5 team in the country.
Yeah, that's why I said it. So change that to Michigan from last year. Okay, that's expected. Now you're like, we have a 5-star top quarterback, so we should immediately be good. And it's not. Oh, okay, fine. How about this? Why are the Anaheim Angels so bad, despite having so much talent on their team?
Good question. You tell me.
They had 2 of the best 3 players in baseball on their team, and then they brought Rendon, who just came off a World Series, and they had a bunch of talent on their team, but they didn't have depth. They didn't have. It's a team sport with a lot of players on the field, so if you take advantage of one weakness, you're gonna lose, and that's what teams do to Nebraska. I'm not calling anyone out, but okay, you have one great player, you have a couple solid players. I've obviously loved Hutmaker for a really long time. So I don't want to disrespect
yesterday too.
Disrespect people on defense. The point I'm trying to make, talent brings talent. So if Nebraska has a top 15, top 20 recruitment for 2025, it just takes time is the biggest thing. So you want Dion like results. Dion brought 2 really strong players that were already in college football.
Well, and give me that schedule too. Hindsight says that our schedule was easier to start the season, and as time has gone on, we realized the schedule's actually a lot tougher than it looked, especially on this back end stretch. Colorado's schedule, I give Colorado credit, tip my cap. They're winning games, but really not overly impressive. And one of the losses, one outside Nebraska being Kansas State. I think Kansas State just lost to Arizona State as well. So not a super strong schedule, but hey, they're winning games and they're going bowling for sure.
Yeah. It's so to answer your question, 1, be patient. 2, the ability to understand that you have a really hard schedule. I mean, look at Michigan. What's their record?
Are they bowling yet even?
They're really close to records with Nebraska. They're probably a game off of each other.
Yeah, let me find out real quick. I bet you
your national champions who are a well-rounded team, just they need a stronger quarterback.
5-5 that are 1 away. Need 1 more.
So I know Nebraska doesn't like hearing all this, but that's the outsider view.
Yeah, I mean it's fair. It's what you're saying isn't wrong. The problem is like because it's gone on for so long, Nebraska fans are going to be like, "No, Haas, you don't get it," and like you do get it, but it's just like when it goes on for this long, like people do just want to start pulling alarms and switches and levers as soon as they get that feeling again, and I can't blame them. Like this is the second game in a row where I've actually thought about Rule and like at least had the thought. Now the thought didn't go very far, and I'm definitely want to keep Matt Rule guy, especially with Dana Holgerson being added as the OC, which is just a whole nother crazy part of this entire team. Is we got the new offensive coordinator with 3 weeks left to go on the season with a true freshman quarterback who, I don't know how much he was getting told to change by Dana, how much like the wrinkles they're adding, or if it's hardly anything, if it's just polishing what Satterfield already has in place. It's just been a chaotic year, but I think all that goes away if this team can just go bowling. Because Nebraska, I mean, you can tell me, I think Nebraska's pretty much been the punching bag for all of college football jokes for a long time. Kind of the same way the Cowboys, well, I shouldn't say the Cowboys, but same way like Detroit Pistons were in the NBA. Like people just watch to see the train wreck. And last year's Detroit Pistons, the team that was chasing to go for the longest losing streak in NBA history.
Yeah.
Because that's what Nebraska's been doing, and they keep breaking their own record.
Just be patient. Understand your schedule's hard.
Let's see if
get a couple more players, and you'll be fine. By his junior year, you guys will be fine.
Well, this is the fear for everybody, and I actually don't agree with this. I think he's going to stay. Everyone's starting to worry that he's not going to stay anymore. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Get him a Lambo, Nebraska. Get your money together and pay him.
Lambos don't work very well in the winter out here in Nebraska. That's the problem. All these nice cars, like you don't see a lot of Lambos in the Midwest because it's just incredibly inconvenient unless it's not summer. And with our roads in Nebraska too, on top of it, even if you get a nice sunny day, enjoy hitting a million potholes with your brand new Lambo. Man, I'm just in a salty mood today. I just
get him a snowplow that's so souped up.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Like I think all guys would be like, yeah, okay. Even if you've never seen snow before, you'd be like, that's pretty cool. I'll take a snowplow, a rigged up snowplow.
$300,000 snowplow. That's how you keep Dylan Raiola. So fans, you need to go do a fundraiser and just get him the most souped up snowplow there is.
We'll give him the Capitol building at this point. No, I'm just kidding. We won't go that far. He's got to play a little bit better, and then we'll consider it. Yeah, I don't know, Haas. Is there anything? I mean, that's kind of enough on Nebraska. We can talk about Nebraska football forever. It's they shoot themselves in the foot at very inopportune times. Their offense still stalls out, and their defense is mostly consistent, but at times just looks incredibly young. Like there was, Mayava should have thrown like 4 picks yesterday. He ended up only throwing 1. One of them went right through Hartzog's arms. I mean, straight through the guy's hands. It's an incredible photo. The other one, I can't remember. I think it might have been Hill or Buford. Should have been another pick. Just a chaos. Should have been 4 picks thrown. Like, I don't know what to say about this Husker football team any more than it just is not clutch and has not been clutch for a long time. And it's either because A, they're not trying hard enough and they're not executing, or B, it's just the development is taking a long time. And for whatever reason, like no coach has gotten it right. You're hoping Matt Rule can figure this development part out, but you go watch. I mean, he's 1-4 now against year 1 head coaches. So like that's not a great when you're in year 2 and you're 1-4. This is entire rant. Can they get one more? I'll finish with that. Can I get one win? Wisconsin at home, then Iowa on the road.
I mean, they do play better at home, and then if they could get their redemption against Iowa, isn't Iowa scoring a lot this year?
Yeah, they actually are. More than we are.
I saw like a
40.
Yeah, I saw a 40 up in there.
It's still in this very Iowa-esque fashion, but the special teams and the defense has once again been a little more electric than usual.
All right, well, moving on from
real quick, tell me. I want you to give me an honest answer. Do they go bowling or not?
You just have to win one?
Just have to win one. At home versus Wisconsin?
They'll win one.
I'll take that. All right, Haas, where do you want to go? I just need
guarantee. Don't sue me, Charles. All right. I know you don't watch wrestling as much as DP, myself, and some of our listeners, but wrestling's starting to get interesting again with the original bloodline versus the new bloodline. That takes up most of the show, and they don't even need other people on the show, and that's including the world heavyweight champion Cody Rhodes. So it's even though it's predictable, it's great. So with that, I mean, all right, they beat the crap out of Roman Reigns. I thoroughly enjoyed that it was Bronson Reed who did it, because we talked about it on the Breeze a while ago. You need to let your big men like Braun Strowman and Big Bronson Reed just go in the middle of the ring and just destroy people and ruin Raw and say, this is my show and I'm just going to injure everyone. And that's what they did with Big Bronson Reed. He actually has injured everyone. And he's put people out of action for a while. And they've turned him into, am I allowed to say a BA on there?
Yeah. I mean, we're off the brick and mortar, so go for it, buddy.
They turned him into a badass. So like he really looks the part now. And to have that transformation where he was a nobody 6, 7, 8 months ago to really being a badass, and for the bloodline, the new bloodline to grab him and add him there, and to have him with Jacob Fatu, those two just beating up people, that makes it really interesting for who's going to be the fifth guy for the original bloodline. So for those of you that haven't watched the new bloodline has been beating up on Roman Reigns, and they beat up on Cody a little bit, and Cody and Roman teamed up, and Jimmy came and helped Roman, and it was like, should Jay come be friends with them? Jay is like his own main event guy now. He doesn't need to be their friends. And Roman was like, I don't need him. I don't want him. Jimmy and Jay made up. Eventually Roman and Jay made up. Roman just said, yeet. Like, I want you to join the team. And then it was 4-on-3. So they're down a man. And so they eventually got Sammy to join, even though Sammy accidentally hit Roman Reigns. And so it's 4-on-4 now. Now for a 5-man War Games type atmosphere at Survivor Series on November 30th, they have Bronson Reed with the new bloodline. And it's predictable. It's obvious. I turn to my wife and I'm like, he's going to say, call the wise man. And so the story, he asks Siri to call Paul Heyman, call the wise man. And the phone was disconnected. The number that he called, he wasn't there. He wasn't available. So the question for all the fans, if he finds Paul Heyman, does that mean Brock Lesnar's coming back? Or are they saving Brock Lesnar for January 1st on Netflix? So that's the biggest story right now, in my opinion.
But I like it. It's on Netflix?
Raw's
Is it
moving to
normally on Netflix?
Nope. On in 2025 it's moving to Netflix.
Oh no. I don't think that's gonna be tough. That's gonna make it streaming wise. Did you catch any of the Tyson and Paul nonsense on Netflix?
I saw the cheekiness.
Oh, the cheekiness was my lord. Cameraman lost himself a little bit, but for those who streamed it on Netflix, not a great platform in the sports streaming world. This is going to be tough if Raw takes over. But yeah, the whole I didn't talk about a lot of. I talked about it like once, I think with the Marty Pearson with the Mike Tyson Paul fight, because it's so stupid. Like you knew it was going to be a joke. You might as well just take the Paul brother and throw him in the WWE. It's scripted anyways for him at this point. I was very upset with that fight. I'm taking it away from where you originally wanted to go. Sorry, Sauce. I'll throw it back to you.
I mean, what stuck out for me was the third eyelid in the previous match, like the gash that the fighter had, the female. That was bad.
Yeah.
My toughness needs to pick up a little bit because it was hard to watch. It's like, oh, it's gross.
This was a rough weekend of sports combat. Like in terms of there's it sucks because Mike Tyson and Paul's stupid, in my eyes, set up, not even rigged, just like, hey, let's not really hurt each other and go make a ton of money today. You look at the rules of that whole thing, it was silly. But the fights before it were actually really good. And UFC, it's a great UFC card as well. So, I mean, everything else in the fighting world was, I can't remember who had the knockout in UFC, but it was disgusting. It was one of the most brutal body kicks I've ever seen. And the guy just collapsed over. And then, I won't go into detail, but it was a good weekend if you like combat sports. Outside of Mike Tyson and Paul, that was the worst by far.
Yeah, no, I actually, the lady said, the fight's going to start in 30 minutes. So I just changed the channel.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, was there any chance that was going to be a real fight?
No.
Like,
it's elderly abuse.
It is. And that's why if you look at the rules, like Mike Tyson made less money if he won and knocked Paul out. He would make the most money if he stayed in until the very end. And at one point in time, Paul got rocked in the face pretty good. And then I think the whole thing was rigged. I don't think you have to like look too hard. If you rewatch that fight, like there's just a lot of weird moments with Tyson where it's like, I just saw videos of this guy training. There's no way he looks this slow and he's not going to fight back. Yeah, the whole thing was rigged. And I feel like, unfortunately for boxing, this is the route it's been going for a while. You just get all these fighters or ex-UFC fighters or ex-WWE, ex-NBA sometimes. They hop in the ring, do it for like celebrity purposes, and the real boxers kind of just get left in the dark.
So back to the question: should Brock Lesnar, UFC fighter, should he premiere on Netflix, or should he be the fifth man for Survivor Series for the original Bloodline? So they've kind of made it where, okay, so there's no Rock, so they need some star power. Who else would want to fight against Bronson Reed, Solo Sikoa, Fatu, and the tag champions? And the only other person is Seth Rollins, and like, why would Seth Rollins want to team up with Roman Reigns? There's another person that comes to mind, but he's like kind of running AEW right now, and that's Dean Ambrose. So I don't know who that fifth person is going to be, but odds are it's Brock Lesnar.
I like that. I'm okay with that. I don't know. You can add him to Netflix. I guess you could tell me like which one to you is the more iconic event that needs to have the biggest pop.
So
that's once you go with, I think.
Once you go to WrestleMania season, then all the stars come back. So I think they distanced themselves enough from the Vince McMahon stuff, and Brock Lesnar was in that stuff. So they've had enough time to allow Brock Lesnar to come back if that was the reason. If Brock Lesnar wanted a break, he's had a long enough break. So coming back now is actually a good thing. Though who else could Paul Heyman bring? So if you have any thoughts, text it in 402-464-5685. Who else could Paul Heyman bring that's not Brock Lesnar?
Well, a text line answer that. I like that. 402-464-5685. We'll throw it to break. Don't go anywhere. The Breeze, Huss, the Breezy, Harrison Arns back here at 1040 Ticket Studios. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. Touchdown! This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check.
Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Haas to Breezy, the host, streaming in. DP off on business. 402-464-5685. You guys can join in anytime. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. All great ways to do so. We'll quick get one in here from Don before we plug in Haas to Breezy. Because Haas, I'm sure you would like to break this one down. All right, this one from Don. He says, could it be CM Punk, a Paul Heyman guy, that takes the 5th spot, to which furthers him and Seth freaking Franklin Rollins feud? It really makes sense, though, that it is Seth with that addition of Bronson Reed. Pasta Breezy, give me your thoughts.
That would be cool. Maybe it makes CM Punk finally like fully a good guy. All I know is I want Paul Heyman back. Like, Paul Heyman needs to come back. So whoever Paul Heyman is good with needs to come back. If DP were here, he would say it should not be Seth Rollins at all. I'll speak for DP. He'll say Seth Rollins needs to be fighting Gunther, getting the belt, or fighting Damian Priest and getting the belt. That's what DP would say. Yeah. As long as Paul Heyman comes back next week, but it doesn't make sense. Like if his phone number is disconnected, he's not going to be able to find him, quote unquote, despite it being 2024. And you could just put a tweet out there and say, I need Paul Heyman. I need the wise man. Unless they're trying to say like he died, or they're trying to say that he's just completely off the grid. That's why they get paid the big bucks to write the stories.
That is true. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, Haas, when it comes to who that 5th man should be. I think you probably nailed it in the first segment, honestly.
Well, thanks, Don. All right, so from an NFL perspective, looking at today's games and scores already, I'm like, that coach needs to go, that coach needs to go, that coach needs to go. So let's play that game real quick.
We're still in it, Haas, and we have the ball. All right, go ahead.
Does Aaron Rodgers need to go?
No, because you're knee deep. You might as well just keep wading in the water. You know, when you're like driving a car across a really flooded bridge or a flooded road, they're beyond the halfway point. So you just got to keep gunning it and hope you get across. There's no point of return for the Jets.
But what are they going to do next year or the following year?
That's your guy. I think for at least one more year if he wants it. I can't remember. What is Rodgers' contract? How many years?
Whatever he wants it to be. I don't know.
Good point. All right, next one.
So Colts started Richardson instead of Flacco. Was that the right decision?
Yeah. The Jets are broken right now. I don't know. The Colts is also another team that's just kind of dumpster fire. I guess like because Flacco's not going to be the guy. I don't think Anthony Richardson's the guy, but you might as well see. Let's give him another run here before we pull the rug out from underneath him. Because I think this is like kind of another run year before they decide if it's time for them to move on and look for another guy or maybe a new coach or both.
Patriots are up 7-0 against the Lambs. Is Drake May that legit?
I don't know, but he looks good right now. I've said it in that first game he played, I thought he looked all right. I think what we're going to see is this is just a really good quarterback class. Just so far looking at just this year, we'll really find out. But I think he'll be decent. Maybe not a starter, but a backup guy around the league for sure.
Is it a really good quarterback class with Caleb Williams going number 1?
I mean, pick the other quarterbacks. Do you like Bo Nix? It doesn't matter. I mean, most of those guys in the first round. You can pick on me the more you want, but they have 3 points in 1 quarter. That's pretty new for them. So they moved it down. They are down 7-3, but yeah, I mean, look, Jaden Daniels, we haven't even seen Michael Penix Jr. We haven't really seen McCarthy. And those were like kind of maybe not so much McCarthy, but he looked good in preseason. People were high on Michael Penix Jr. There's a good chance that there's going to be more than one future starting quarterback in this. And I mean, like legit, maybe franchise kind of guys.
So with Caleb Williams, I sent you and DP 2 videos during the week. One was Mahomes complaining to the ref about the ref not telling him that he was about to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, Goodwill Hunting. Robin Williams, the psychologist counselor, telling Matt Damon, "It's not your fault," and that was Justin Fields telling your boy Caleb Williams, "It's not your fault."
You know what's sad?
Yeah,
it is. I've seen that meme already, but the first time I saw it was with Mitch Trubisky, and then Justin Fields. You understand? That's just being recycled with every Bears quarterback. It's insanity. And it's just gonna keep doing this. This meme, it's just a cyclical meme, and it's awful. It's funny every time though, even though it breaks my heart. I can't help but crack a smile because it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Caleb Williams, it's not your fault.
Do they have any good offensive linemen in Chicago?
They got some high school kid who's promising.
You sure he's high school?
Dude, that's a joke. It's so bad that you look at some of those high schoolers. I don't know. The offensive line it's the offensive line. It's also like, hey, Caleb Williams, maybe over 5 seconds is too long in the NFL to be holding the ball. Like, it's not all on the offensive line. He is taking some unnecessary sacks. It's a combination of the two.
Shador and Brock Purdy do the same thing, trying to make every play a 20-yard play.
Yeah, just get rid of the damn thing.
It's interesting. Like I'm when I'm coaching basketball, I'm telling the girls that we're coaching, the simple pass is quite all right. Just passing to the person next to you and having them make that harder pass because it just goes ping ping. That's not the end of the world. It's the same thing as a quarterback. Making the simple pass and letting that person advance it to the spot that you wanted it to go is actually pretty good play.
If they had a hockey assist in basketball, you'd see a lot of people be more willing passers.
The point I'm trying to make is if you're saying Caleb Williams is holding the ball for more than 5 seconds, he's trying to pass down the field so much.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's been his whole – I mean, look at him at USC. Same stuff. Scrambled, really impressive, really fun to watch until he takes a sack. And it's like, hey, it was 3rd and 5, and now – or excuse me, it was 2nd and 5, and now we're looking at 3rd and 13. Like, then it really kills you. Like, the times it works, it looks like magic. It'll get you on the ESPN top 10. Times it doesn't, it's a really bad sack. Sometimes even enough to take you out of field goal range, which has happened to the Bears a lot. So you see it with Brock Purdy. You even see it with Dylan Raiola. If you want to go take it to college football, I think this game was better for him, but still just holding on to that ball a little bit too long at times. But for the most part, had a much better day. Threw a couple picks, but at least completion percentage wise, because he was just getting the ball out quicker. And I think that's probably the most common thing I see with young quarterbacks is they, like you said, it's like they see plays and it's like 20 plus yards or bust. Even though that's not really how they're thinking subconsciously, I think it's very hard for those guys who dominated at every level not to just try and go and dominate the next game, whether it's college football or NFL.
All right, enough about the Bears. No one really cares about them. So George Kittle's out. Do the Niners have a chance against Seattle?
Oh yeah, they have a chance.
I mean,
I mean, it's not at Lumen Field, is it?
home game.
For 49ers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 49ers then. I won't be
Alright,
super surprised, but I like the 49ers if they're at home.
Vikings scored, so they're up 7-3 on the Titans.
Yeah, no contest.
I don't
Browns
know.
Saints? Is this a toilet bowl game in the making?
7-6.
Yeah, I see that. Browns got a chance here. And then I mean the real one is Steelers Ravens, and it is looking Steelers Ravens-esque, being 3-0. Who do you got in this? I think we actually start with that one, but that one's by far the best game of the week. Jaguars Lions. I don't think anybody has any faith left with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's just been a really horrible year. Not
Sunshine's
even for Trevor
not
Lawrence. Like
playing.
his stats aren't that bad, but it's just the team's not clicking. And then you got obviously Bears Packers to be iconic every single time, but the Bears just have a horrible record. Bengals, Chargers, Texans, Cowboys. Oh, Chiefs, Bills at 3:30 though. Never mind. You could definitely argue that's the best game.
No, I mean it is the best game. It's yeah.
Who do you like in that one?
Can the Bills finally be a team that handles the Chiefs, because they haven't been able to do that? Yeah, it's their time. It's their time. Harrison
It's in
Butker
Buffalo
being
as well. Like to see that.
Yeah, Butker being hurt is going to make a difference. I think Josh Allen is a regular season quarterback, and with that, he's the front runner for the MVP. It's time to play the way he's supposed to play. With that said, you never know what the refs, I mean the Chiefs, will do to impact the game.
Mahomes has got to shut up when he stop talking to the refs like that. Like even I understand.
He gave away the script, man.
I'm sure the ref looked at him like, "You're kidding me, dude. We were cheating for years. You're making this so much harder than it used to be. Shut up." Taylor Swift is way too much of a lens on this. You guys are blowing up our operation, and it's the Chiefs' fault for revealing the script. You got anything else on the NFL before I'm going to throw you a bone here? I really don't want to, but they deserve it.
Connect 4, baby. Hey, the Lakers know how to find white boys in the NBA. Just saying.
Yes, I would say they got a knack for it. I really do.
They just need to bring Caruso back, and they can just be the Celtics of the West.
That's funny. That's so the Celtics of the West is. Yeah, I mean, you guys have had some weird guys. Like I remember the weirdest players from the Lakers. Do you remember Huertas?
Are you saying the name right?
Huertas, Huer. It's foreign. I don't know where the hell he came from. Feisty player though. I think he only played for the Lakers, but he was good with the Lakers and nobody else. Marcelo Huertas, something like that.
No, I don't. That doesn't. I know every Laker, dude. I don't sound right.
Okay, after the show, I'm gonna find your guy. Iconic. He's one of those just players that you think of. Everybody kind of has their unique favorites, but yeah.
Sasha Vujacic, maybe.
Hey, I remember him. No, don't do that to Huertas. He was one of a kind, and always will be.
Huertas?
Yeah, I think it was like he probably seriously played for like 3/4 of a year with you guys, maybe a year. It was a very short stint.
Radmanovic?
Nope.
Who Phil Jackson called soft as Charmin?
No, but that's a great quote.
He also made cat noises every time he walked by Radmanovic.
Oh, see? Yeah, here we go. Marcelo Huertas. 2016-2017 season. 2.7 points a game. 1 free pass. Okay, yeah, never mind. He was not as good as I remember. He must have just popped off for one game. But yeah, he's from Brazil. So yeah, Marcelo Huertas. One of the iconic Lakers of all time. But I mean, let's be serious for a minute. The Lakers are 9-4. How legit is this? They're playoff contenders, but are you thinking legitimate title contender? Oh, I think you muted yourself, or I did somehow. I can't unmute it. Haas, you gotta try to unmute. There you go.
What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I moved my mic and it did that. They need to have depth. They don't have depth, so they're one injury away from AD or LeBron being hurt to going on a 5-game losing streak.
Who is the backup 5 right now?
Christian Wood is hurt. Jackson Hayes is really the backup 5. They brought in a Okoro to be the backup 5.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes would be good, but he's just that guy. The worst part about having Jackson Hayes as your backup is that he's going to foul out in 2 minutes.
So he's a rim runner. He plays good defense. He's energetic, but he's hurt or he's got foul trouble. So Okoro has been their backup. They need a backup there. They need D'Angelo Russell to just literally pack his bags and go somewhere else.
That's what the last 3 teams. The Lakers are going to do that to him twice. That is disgusting. You guys literally checked out his luggage the first time. Whatever. Lakers in a nutshell.
The Lakers are on a winning streak ever since benching him and starting Connect 4.
I know. You guys should have never brought him in. I never liked the move for D'Angelo Russell.
I think he opted into the contract on his own.
I'm talking about when they pulled him out of Brooklyn.
Oh,
or no, was it Brooklyn at the time or Minnesota? Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. It was Utah, Minnesota, the Midwest team.
Well, every team's told him to pack his bags after paying him way too much money for a average performance or average
spot up shooter who doesn't show up in big games. Yeah,
and who has great playmaking skills but refuses to use them.
Well,
he's a good passer. I've seen him do it. That's what frustrates. I just remember, I really thought he could be an electric guard for the Lakers when they had Randall Clarkson, Josh Hart. They just had a really good young group.
Jeremy Lin.
Lin Sanity. Remember when Jeremy Lin made a last second buzzer beater to go into half, and then Kobe Bryant had to talk to Jeremy Lin and ask him why he didn't pass him the ball there?
Well, I guess we skipped the commercial. We'll just end early. So
yeah, no, we're streaming only, so that's fine. I figured we had so much time, and I want to give the flowers to your Los Angeles Lakers, who have impressed me at 9-4. Not as much as the Suns, though. Just because I
had 3 top 20 players.
I was more down on the Suns than I was the Lakers. I'll be honest. But I was dead wrong. Well, maybe not dead wrong. They're about even right now. But I'll be honest, the more as we got close to the season, the more I was starting to think, and I was super against this idea at first, but now that I've seen, especially after the first few games, JJ Redick's a good coach. This might need to be the blueprint for leagues out there. Maybe stop just rehiring the same coaches that have been just rotating around the league forever. Get some young guys in there that have played the modern day NBA, because you just see stuff on the Lakers that outside of a couple small minor things, I haven't seen I just see a really good basketball team with good ball movement. I guess the free throw line a lot. Well, that might be the refs or them just executing a good game plan and attacking the rim.
Style.
Yeah, it's just good ball movement too. I watched that team, and it's a team where clearly everybody knows what their role is on that team. D'Angelo Russell learned that his role is on the bench, but JJ Redick's gonna just make the decisions he sees fit. I feel like there's no confusion with the Lakers right now, and everybody has the exact idea what their roles are. And I guess to wrap things up on the NBA, Cavaliers, dangerous. I don't know what the hell got into them in the offseason, but they are phenomenal.
You still haven't lost?
No, undefeated still.
So,
They're now
back to the
14-0.
Lakers. Back to the Lakers. Who's going to be the next Laker, LaMelo or Giannis?
Well, Giannis is going to the Bulls, so back off there.
No.
He's talked about Chicago. He seems to be fond of the idea, at least in one interview 2 years ago. But I think you'll probably get I think LaMelo would fit your guys a lot better. LaMelo would be fun as a Laker.
So
Not
D-Russ and 3 first-round picks, throw in Vanderbilt, maybe Austin Reeves. Make it happen.
Yeah, I mean Austin Reeves. I feel like we all kind of know what the Austin Reeves ceiling is now. He'll always be a very solid role player, but I don't think you're going to be. You have to end up trading him. He's a replaceable guy. I got to be careful because I said that about Alex Caruso, and it took a while. Like it definitely hurt the Lakers when they lost him. But yeah, I mean, I see. Do you think they're going to do that? Try to pull LaMelo in there and give away that many picks?
The Hornets need to trade LaMelo quickly.
Hornets definitely do.
They want to get Flag or anyone else.
LaMelo to the Bulls? No, the Bulls have such a point guard problem already. They got a million guards. I was just thinking it'd be cool to see the brothers link up.
So LaMelo to the Lakers. You send as many picks as you can send.
Well, is there a better city out there that is in desperate need of a point guard that thinks they can make a serious push? Before we just say the Lakers, because you guys love to do this crap. You Laker fans love to do this. Just start talking about the trade like it's already happened.
Lakers and Dodgers get whatever they want. So at least the Lakers used to. Then LeBron came over.
Yeah, not everybody wants to play with LeBron. Lonzo's gonna tell him, he's like, "Hey man, it sucks. Your stats go down. He barely lets you touch the ball. You're lucky if you get the lob at once."
If I were the Hornets, I would talk to OKC. OKC is the destination. They have so many picks.
Yeah, but why the hell would they want another guard? I'm trying to know.
What?
I guess like SGA, LaMelo Ball.
Ball would start at point.
Yeah, they could play together, couldn't they?
Yeah.
But SGA is so good. Like I don't know. And what's their record right now? Like I just don't know why. If you're
2 or 3 losses, they're good.
they're 11-2. Like they're number 1 in the West. Like I don't know if you'd risk. Hey SGA, I know you're leading us to our best record in the Western Conference, which is by far significantly harder than the East. And we're gonna take your usage and just about cut it in half. Like that, I don't like that.
LaMelo is a glue team player kind of guy. He's not.
He is a team player. But
So if I'm the Nets, I don't know if the Knicks have any picks left.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they've been doing. I actually think they might have a pretty bare basket. I can't remember for sure, and we're running out of time.
OKC is going to do something in the next couple months. Just telling you right now. It's going to be big. It's going to be for someone as big as LaMelo, if not bigger.
I think it'll be bigger. I think like you shoot for the moon. If you're going to do it,
it's probably Giannis.
I can see that. I can see Giannis a lot more than Melo. Because you had Giannis to that team, especially because you have Chet Holmgren and just injury prone wise. Like he just took the injury. I didn't see really how bad it was, how long he's going to be out for.
Holmgren, Dort, and 4 firsts for Giannis. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that is a no-brainer. And honestly, if you're the Bucks, like, yes, thank you. Like that's a way out of that because it's real quick. Check out where they're at. One of the worst teams. Yeah, 4-9 with that roster makes no sense. Hops to Breezy, that's going to do it for us. Appreciate you, as always, joining me on a Sunday. Don't go anywhere, though. The YWC Hour up next. Ben Droz will be taking over on the board, and I'll be taking out here. Watch some NFL. Hops to Breezy, have a good one. We'll do it again next week.